Yesterday, we got a little bit of discussion as far as some of the matchup going on between Tariq Woolen and DK Metcalf. Now, this is interesting, as Brady Henderson noted this for ESPN. This was a must-watch matchup at Seahawks training camp. DK Metcalf versus Tariq Woolen, and there's been plenty of it so far. Whereas former coach Pete Carroll almost always kept his perimeter corners to one side of the field, new head coach Mike Macdonald is willing to have them follow certain receivers, which is why Woolen has occasionally lined up across from Metcalf at left cornerback after playing only on the right side his first 2 seasons. That matchup led to some fireworks on Monday as the Seahawks practiced in pads for the first time. The star receiver and Pro Bowl cornerback locked horns at the end of one play, with Woolen swiping at Metcalf's helmet and Metcalf responding with a shove before the two were reportedly separated. As for what happened between the whistles, Woolen had the better day. He made an impressive pass breakup versus Metcalf early in 11-on-11, then successfully defended a pass in the end zone intended for Metcalf later in practice. So the first day of pads, Woolen gets a little bit of the better of Metcalf. It was fun when I was in person watching in training camp, these two going back and forth. As Brady noted, you're going to get more of Woolen traveling this year. This is an understandable thing because Leslie Frazier even talked about it in a recent interview. This is what their intention is going to be here with Woolen this year. It's not merely to put him just to one side of the field. It's about unpredictability, not ultimate predictability. And so it has been a fun matchup to watch those guys go back and forth. It's less to do with DK not holding up his end of the bargain. DK came back today and had a great one-handed catch. I have yet to get the video on it, but we're hearing a lot of buzz about the one-handed catch from DK today. My days of practice, there were times where DK was looking dominant. There were times where DK was looking great. He's on it. He's ready to grow. It's just that Tariq Woolen is also on it and ready to go, especially from the coverage standpoint. Is there going to be questions with him in regards to the tackling still? Is that ultimately what's going to decide sink or swim a little bit with Tariq Woolen in the long term with him as a player? Certainly. But as a coverage guy, as a guy with some ball skills, as a guy who looks locked in, who looks like he's benefited from not coming off of a surgery as he was last year into training camp, but instead got to really, really get through and train to the ultimate to get himself prepped this year. That's how it looks right now with Tariq Woolen. So he's playing really well. DK's getting his side of it as well.